Hi everyone, I'm Arsha Kohli and today I'll be talking about equitable financial literacy. Imagine working tirelessly day and night only to see your hard-earned money disappear into an endless pit of debt. Now imagine losing your home, your stability and your sense of security, not because of a reckless decision but because you dared to dream of a better future for your child. This isn't a scene from a dystopian novel, it's the harsh reality faced by millions of people around the world today. In our world, around 90% of people borrowing from private money lenders are paying double the amount of principal as interest. This isn't just an alarming statistic, it's a wake-up call to the widespread exploitation happening right under our noses. It's a wake-up call to all of us present here today. Let me introduce you to Asha, a woman who worked at my father's factory. Asha is a mother, a woman with dreams, hopes, and an unwavering belief in the power of education. She took out a loan from a private money lender to fund her son's education, a fundamental necessity and a source of hope for a brighter future. But instead of lifting her family out of poverty, this decision pushed them deeper into it. Asha believed in the power of education to transform lives. She saw her son's schooling as an investment in the future. However, the loan she took came with exorbitant interest rates. Despite her relentless efforts, despite working day and night, Asha soon found herself unable to keep up with the payments. The interest piled up and the debt became a burden. Eventually, Asha lost her home. The place that once provided her family with security was taken away because of a debt trap. Her story is not an isolated case. It's a reflection of the systemic failure that leaves millions vulnerable to lending practices. Now let's dive into the larger problem, the problem of a broken system. To truly understand the depth of this problem, we need to look beyond Asha's story and into the broader systemic issues that perpetuate the cycle of debt and exploitation. At the heart of this issue is the exploitation of vulnerable communities, people who lack access to traditional financial services. These are individuals who for various reasons are excluded from the formal banking system. They might live in rural areas without access to banks, or they might lack the necessary documentation to open an account. Many are simply deemed too risky by traditional financial institutions due to their low income or unstable employment. When these individuals need money for essentials, whether it's for healthcare, education, or even daily living expenses, they have nowhere to turn but to private money lenders. These money lenders operate outside of regulatory oversight and often charge exorbitant interest rates, sometimes as high as 200% or even 300% per annum. For someone already struggling to make ends meet, these interest rates are crippling. Here's how this vicious cycle of debt works. A person takes out a loan for necessity, perhaps to pay for a child's education or to cover medical bills. The initial loan might be small as 5,000 or 10,000, but the high interest rates cause the debt to balloon rapidly. Because the borrower is already living on a tight budget, they struggle to make these interest payments, let alone pay off the principal. As the debt grows, they may take out additional loans just to cover the interest of the first loan. This leads to a downward spiral where the debt becomes a burden. Eventually, the borrower can no longer keep up with the payments. At this point, they might even lose their collateral, often their home, land, or any other valuable assets like their jewelry, leaving them even more vulnerable. In many cases, the borrower is left with nothing but the original debt, which continues to grow due to compounding interest. This is not just financial exploitation, it's a form of economic entrapment. It keeps people in a perpetual state of poverty, making it nearly impossible for them to improve their circumstances or break free from the cycle. The impact of this debt cycle goes beyond just financial loss. The constant stress of unmanageable debt can lead to severe mental health issues, including anxiety, depression, and even suicide in extreme cases. The borrower's social standing within their community often deteriorates as they struggle to meet their financial obligations, leading to isolation and a loss of dignity. Families are torn apart by the pressure of debt. Parents who took out loans with the hope of providing a better future for their child are instead forced to pull them out of school to help repay the debt. The very tool they hope would elevate their children's prospects become the reason those prospects are crushed. What's truly tragic is that this problem is systemic. It's not just about a few bad actors or unscrupulous moneylenders. It's about a financial system that fails to serve the needs of the most vulnerable. Traditional banks and financial institutions have not adapted their services to be inclusive of these populations. Instead, they focus on those with stable incomes, good credit histories, and collateral to offer, leaving those without these sources to fend for themselves. Moreover, there's often a lack of financial literacy in these communities, making it even easier for moneylenders to exploit borrowers. People don't fully understand the terms of the loans they are taking out, the implications of compound interest, or the legal rights they have when dealing with debt collectors. This lack of knowledge puts them at severe disadvantage from the outset. While Asha's story is set in India, the problem is not confined to one country or region. Around the world, billions of people are unbanked or underbanked, relying on informal lending systems that exploit their desperation. The economic impact of this systemic exploitation is profound. When a large portion of population is trapped in debt, it stifles the economic growth and development of the country they are living in. Determined to make a change, I launched an initiative called Girl Up Ajeevan. Our mission is clear: to achieve equitable financial literacy and provide support to those most vulnerable to exploitation. We believe that knowledge is power, and by empowering people with the right knowledge, we can help them break free the chains of debt. Through our workshops, we have already impacted over 60 female staff members at my college, Ashoka University, empowering them with the knowledge to make informed financial decisions. But our work doesn't stop there. We dug deeper, conducted interviews with over 100 plus staff members, and uncovered a startling reality. On an average, 3 out of 5 people in rural areas end up in debt traps because of loans taken out for basic necessities like education, healthcare, and even daily sustenance. These interviews open our eyes to the depth of the problem, but they also fueled our determination to find solutions. We realized that financial literacy alone wasn't enough. We needed to provide alternative, fair microfinance options, real solutions that could help people like Asha build a better future without falling prey to the lending practices. Now come with me and imagine the impact, a vision for change. Now imagine if every college, every town had Girl Up Ajeevan. Imagine the ripple effect of financial literacy spreading across communities, empowering people to make informed decisions and protecting them from exploitation. Imagine if each of you here today listening to this dedicated just a few minutes of your time to helping those in the need of financial literacy. The impact would be profound. We could break the cycle of exploitation and give people like Asha a real chance to improve their lives. We could help mothers keep their homes, help students stay in school, and help families build a future without the constant fear of losing everything they have to debt. But it's not just about imagining, it's about taking action. Whether it's through supporting initiatives like Girl Up Ajeevan, or starting your own projects, or simply educating about the dangers of predatory lending, we all have a role to play in creating a fairer, more equitable financial system. This is a call to action, a call to everyone listening today. The power to make a difference lies within each one of us. Together, we can break the cycle of exploitation. Together, we can give everyone a chance to achieve their dreams without the fear of losing everything to debt. Imagine a world where people aren't held back by financial exploitation. Imagine a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive, where dreams are not crushed by the weight of debt but are nurtured and realized. This is the world we can create, one action at a time, one person at a time. So let's stand together, let's act together, and let's make this vision a reality. The future lies in our hands. Thank you.